Only smart people can decode this animation. The storm howls as 6 high society pig elites take turns gorging on a 5-star feast. Decked out in tailored suits, they swap empty niceties with polished manners, chatting idly over the table while shoveling prime cuts into their mouths. But just as they're stuffing their faces, the portly chef strides in with a fresh platter. At the sight of it, they scrape the food onto their plates without a second thought. Damn, that's a straight-up display of eyeing the pot while eating from the bowl. Then several scrawny kittens pad forward, mewling softly at the pigs. Their pleas get answered with crumbs, but it's enough to keep them alive. Where the hell does this food come from? The portly chef is whipping up dishes. With a crash, he dumps everything on the table into a rusty machine. Noticing the portion looks skimpy, he yanks open a drawer and pours in model planes, trains, even ships. Cranking valves, he starts shaking the engine like a madman. In seconds, the room's swallowed by pitch-black smoke, and the feast rolls out. With the feast balanced on his tray, the portly chef shuffles forward slowly. The 6 pig elites don't flinch when the food hits the table. They divvy it up like seasoned diplomats, calm as if the storm outside isn't tearing the sky apart. Rain lashes the windows in sheets, but inside, it's all warm lighting and clinking silverware. Then bam, another round of fresh grub rolls out. Prime pig rib steaks, golden fries, meatballs glistening in sauce. The second the plates hit the table, the pigs turn rabid, grabbing, shoving, elbows flying. That's when a meatball slips from a fork and plops onto the floor. Over that single meatball, the kittens turn feral. Claws fly as they tussle, fur flying everywhere. Meanwhile, the chef brings more grub, and the pigs shoot each other hungry glares before attacking the food again. Lucky for the kittens, another meatball drops, but this time it rolls under the table. The black kitten crawls after it and freezes cold. The pig's legs are wrapped in iron chains, tightening with every second. They know they're shackled, but not a single one tries to break free. Worse, as time ticks by, the chains pull them tighter. They're like hostages tied to the same bomb. If one goes down, everyone's going down with them. And like the old saying goes, curiosity kills the cat. In a flash, the chains morph into a hissing viper, its forked tongue flicking at the kitten's face. As the snake slithers closer, the kitten's fur stands on end. Then the viper starts thrashing, coiling and uncoiling like it's spitting a threat. You saw nothing, you know nothing, or you'll regret it. The kitten just uncovered a bombshell. To silence it, the snake lunges with fangs bared, and the kitten pays the ultimate price for its curiosity. Next, the chef rips down curtains, feeds them into the machine, and keeps cooking. Noticeably, the room's falling apart, cracks spider up walls, tiles pop off. But the pigs couldn't care less. To score more food, the chef climbs a ladder, yanks down the chandelier, even starts tearing down the exterior wall. As resources dry up, food becomes scarce. Suddenly, the pigs turn on the kittens, their attitude doing a 180. The kittens huddle on the other side of the table, looking up and wailing in unison. That's when another pig elite glances down, fishes a wind-up mouse from his pocket. After cranking the key a few times, he plops the mouse on the floor. Starving to the bone, the kittens forget their hunger at the sight of the mouse and chase it like maniacs. All the pigs do is eat, morning, noon, night. They'll skip sleep, but never a meal. As time drags on, they get lazy as hell, ditching new resources to squeeze every drop from what's left. With fewer resources, food supplies get dicey. Fighting over the last scraps, the pigs' manners go out the window. They ditch the fancy forks, start grabbing food with their bare hands. But a handful of meatballs? Nowhere near enough for 6 gluttons. Finally, the pig elites snap. The pig elites pound the table like maniacs, sending the portly chef into a panic. But hey, some problems can't be fixed by freaking out. Staring at empty plates, the chef throws up his hands in defeat. Desperation kicks in. To score food, they'll do anything. The once sturdy room's now a crumbling wreck, walls caving in, roof leaking. The 6 pigs glance around, finally trying to solve this mess, when they realize a deadly truth. They're not partners in a food chain anymore. They're enemies. Fewer pigs mean more food per mouth. Suddenly, the dining table's dripping with killing intent. Once they were tight partners, but now, with survival on the line, they cut ties without a second thought. Image thrown out the window. Dignity? Who needs it? They start stripping the last resources faster than vultures. The high society pigs scarf down every last crumb, then start gnawing on the plates. After stripping their own resources, they turn to plundering others. In this moment, their ugliest instincts burst out like a festering wound. When food was plenty, they ignored each other but played nice. Now, with empty plates, they bare their fangs like starving wolves. The kittens on the floor snap. A black kitten leaps onto the table, licking plate scraps ravenously, but a pig swats it away. The second the kitten hits the ground, a swarm of cats charges up the table. Either burst in silence or die in silence. Fed up with abuse, the kittens launch their revolt. Why should pigs feast while cats starve? Now they march forward like avatars of justice, chests puffed, heads held high. The kittens channel their power. In an instant, the scrawny strays transform into a roaring tiger. Fangs bared, claws unsheathed. With an earth-shattering roar, the white tiger strides toward the curly-haired pig elite. To fix this mess, old rules must die. In a split second, screams like a pig being slaughtered rip through the room. Seeing the tide turn, other pigs try to flee, but their greedy deals chain them together. After a brutal brawl, the tiger declares a new era. But it doesn't notice the portly chef lurking in the shadows, watching every move. The tiger lets out a triumphant howl, then collapses from exhaustion as the rain stops. For a moment, peace settles, but danger's creeping. The portly chef rises slowly, clutching a butcher knife. He strides toward the sleeping tiger, raises the blade and plunges it down. Then he presses an ear to the tiger's belly, slices it open, and reaches inside. The next second, a tiny black kitten pops into view. He drops it into his hat, then pulls out 4 more kittens, each a different color. Carrying them to another room, he pushes open a door. It's sleeker, fancier than the wreck outside. He tips his hat, letting the kittens tumble out. But then, holy shit, as they walk, they start to stand upright. Their bodies morph into the pig elites. The hero slays the dragon, only to become the dragon. The top-hatted pig elite pulls out a voting box, but instead of ballots, it's stuffed with dinner knives. In the end, the pigs raise their glasses to celebrate rebirth. Meanwhile, kittens who couldn't climb the ladder, back to starving in the gutters. As long as human greed runs wild, this cycle never ends. If it repeats, this place will turn to hell. The pig elites in the short film wear diverse costumes, respectively corresponding to law, politics, religion, capital, and media. The kittens wailing at their feet represent the working class who have long been oppressed and exploited. When their safety is threatened, people rise up to topple the old era. The portly chef, however, embodies the social system as a whole. To ensure society functions normally, he resets the dire situation and pins new hope on the next generation. Only smart people can decode this animation. Though the working class revolt topples the old system, the new regime soon breeds familiar oppressors. Murals on the wall reveal it's now the industrial age, but they're trapped in the same cycle. History doesn't repeat, but it rhymes. At the video's end, a lightning bolt splits the sky, and the hotel sign upstairs morphs into hell. As Friedrich Nietzsche wrote in Beyond Good and Evil, "He who fights with monsters should see to it that he himself does not become a monster." When you gaze long into an abyss, the abyss also gazes into you. The director also quotes Bertolt Brecht at the start. "Those who eat their fill speak to the hungry of wonderful times to come." Perhaps humanity's curse is being forever stuck in desire's abyss, heading straight for hell. This Oscar-nominated black satire short film, Dinner for Few, has won 78 global awards. In just minutes, it lays bare the darkest truths of human history, even answering modern dilemmas. Why are wage workers always poor? Is it really about laziness? Share your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next time.